Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our AGM and annual event. Bore da bawb, croeso I ddigwyddiad blynyddol, a Forum 50+, yma in y gerddi Botanic. Sorry for my poor pronunciation. My mother and father would have been quite disappointed. I'm delighted to say that the Carmarthenshire 50+ Forum now has 2,170 members, or we did have up to this morning. Thanks to the Botanic Garden's generous offer of free entry in exchange for registration, we now probably have a lot more. The Carmarthenshire 50+ Forum was originally set up by the Council in order to get feedback from its residents over the age of 50. We let them know what we think through the rather lengthy questionnaires asking us to comment on various aspects of the Council's work, which we fill out a couple of times a year, and they take note of it, we hope. They say they do anyhow. We take every opportunity to make representations to government and public bodies to put forward the particular concerns of older members of society within Carmarthenshire. Our principal aim is to promote the well-being of older people in every sense. We are doing this in a number of ways, through assisting with research, attending meetings and events across Wales, and initiating or supporting projects relevant to our aims. To turn to the research aspect, we're assisting with a Welsh University's project called OPAN, that stands for the Older People and Ageing Research Network. They are considering questions such as travel and transport and how these affect older people, and the importance of safe mobility in later life to permit individual independence. We have helped a Cardiff University PhD student with her thesis, and were able to contribute to a four-nation conference held in Swansea in May, hosted by the Welsh Government's Department for Research into Social Care, which looked at increasing public involvement in health research. Another Welsh Government initiative to which we are contributing is the Involving People Network, which matches the skills of lay people to research projects, so they can take an active part in all aspects of the research activities. We are also helping with a research development group looking at how creative movement can assist in the rehabilitation of people who have suffered a stroke. We also work with other organisations who have similar interests. We regularly represent the interests of 50+ Forum members at the meetings of a number of other organisations. Equality is Carmarthenshire. We recently contributed to their campaign for respect for minority groups. And the Coleshill Disability Coalition Development Group, whose June event in St Effley Centre we helped with, and we gained a few members from that too. This is a two-way thing. A number of organisations with similar interests are represented here today, as you will have seen or will see as you go around the various stands in the glass house. And Age Carmarthenshire have a permanent place on our steering group. We are affiliate members of the Welsh Senate of Older People, which includes 57 separate organisations and is supported by the Welsh Government, and also the Cymru Older People's Alliance, COPA. Both of these are basically forums for discussion and putting forward new ideas. Both of these organisations have regular meetings, usually in Cardiff, at which a member of our steering group is a conscientious attendee. Last December, we took part in a large consultation exercise being carried out by Carmarthenshire County Council, which focused on the uncomfortable subject of budget cuts, which we all consider necessary but never desirable. In March this year at Park of Scarlets, we joined with Communities First to organise a very successful event called Add to Your Life, dedicated to promoting the health and well-being of people over the age of 50. Now turning to projects, current and future. Our first project was and is Walking Well. The aim is to get people out of the house and taking exercise in the company of nice people. Your level of physical fitness doesn't matter. The point is to improve it and attack the problem of social isolation at the same time. Social isolation being potentially as serious a problem as lack of physical fitness. We now have 7 walking groups in 5 different locations. St Clair's, which was the first one, Whitland, Carmarthen, Goslas, and Llanelli. They are led by 21 different leaders, all trained in basic first aid. At the last count, we had 250 registered walking well walkers. In some areas, local surgeries are recommending walking well as an alternative to the gym. A lot more pleasant, I should think, too. This has been an exceptionally successful initiative due to the efforts and determination of our volunteers and one steering group member in particular. But of course, this hasn't been possible without generous funding from the National Lottery to begin with, as you will see from the accounts which you all have on your seats, I think. And we now have Let's Walk Cymru to thank for funding to the value of £25,000, which would allow us to continue the project at least up to 2017. To find out if there is a walk in your area, please visit our stand or look at our website. And if you can volunteer to be a leader or organizer, we would welcome you with open arms. Many of you will have heard of the Drive for Life initiative started earlier this year, which has now changed its name to the less dramatic but more accurate Older Drivers Refresher Programme. It is run by the Council's Road Safety Unit, backed by the 50 Plus Forum. The idea is that you have a classroom session in the morning, followed by a one-to-one driving instruction with a qualified instructor on the road in the afternoon. There's no suggestion of a test. This is just to help you drive as competently and safely as possible. I did the course myself a few months ago, and it really is excellent. As a result of our feedback, the Road Safety Unit is now developing some follow-on short modules to address particular concerns. The project is set to continue into next year, subject to further funding from the Welsh Government. If you'd like to book a place, please visit the Road Safety Unit stand or go online, which brings me to our next project, Get Online. This is a future project for which we are currently seeking funding and which will be carried out in close association with Carmarthenshire. We are making the bid for funding, and Age Cymru will deliver the project, which is aimed at helping people keep in touch via email and Skype, and showing people how to do things like shopping online, paying bills, and generally accessing information via the web. It should be as easy as using the telephone. I know that lots of our members are thoroughly comfortable with getting online, but not everyone is. And we are very concerned that before too much longer, government and utility companies will not just ask us to do things online as they do now, but will insist, and we will be penalised if we can't do it. The Get Online project is obviously in its very early planning stages, so if you have any comments at all that you feel would help us, please do come to the 50 Plus stand and have a chat about it. Ooh. Here is a little pink card, which some of you will have been given this morning when you registered, and which some of you will have had for a while. There are now some pretty good discounts at a variety of local businesses available when you use the card. Whenever you go out, don't forget to take your little pink card. It could save you money. The more people who use it, the more businesses will be keen to come on board, and the better the discounts will get. Last of all, a request, well, a couple of requests. We do need more people on the steering group, particularly for help with the website and for publicity. So if you feel able to offer your services, please come and see us at the 50 Plus stand this afternoon and tell us how you can help. And Carmarthenshire Life magazine could do with your input and assistance too. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Now, very briefly, to the business part of our meeting. The audited accounts of 2013-14 are available here today. I think you all have copies of them. If you have any questions, please come and see us on the 50 Plus stand. The accounts and the chairman's report will both be available online. Now I'll hand you over to Roy Noble, who will take charge of the formal part of our meeting. Thank you.
Diolch yn fawr iawn I Caroline Streek, Cadeirydd. Many thanks to Caroline, the chairman. And now the formal part, very quickly. Mae'r steering group yn aros lawr. the steering group 50 plus is standing down. But if you are interested in being an extra member, do go to the stand 50 plus a little later and offer your services. But for the moment, there have been no new nominations for the steering group. Sneb arall wedi dod I enw mlaen mor belled. The steering group offers itself for election. There are one or two not here because of illness or other commitments, and it's always dangerous not to be in a meeting at an AGM because your name will always be ratified in your absence. But the steering group is offering itself for election, and there is a motion that the current steering group be elected en bloc. Now, could I have a proposal to that the present steering group actually be elected en bloc? And your name? Peter Williams has proposed it, and is there a seconder? Oh, there are lots of seconders. There we are. Marvellous. Could we have a vote then? Do we have a vote that they all be elected en bloc? There we are. Aye, that it is. You're all back in. Fair play to you, really. That was a quick meeting, wasn't it? We in Wales are the world champions of meetings, of course. There is no better moment in a meeting in Wales than when a meeting decides to have a subcommittee as well, so that you can move the responsibility on.